LOAHMMI. Yo, it's time to get live with LOAHMMI. Yo, it's time to get live with LOAHMMI. Yo, it's time to get, all things spiritual, metaphysical, knowledge is critical. I'm out here on this journey for the truth and I'ma bring it to you. We'll come together even though we're individuals. Yo, it's time to get live with LOAHMMI. Yo, get live with LOAHMMI.
Yo, peace and blessings, and welcome to episode 10 of Live with LOAHMMI. I just want to thank you all for taking the time to join me and to kick it with your girl again here on Spreaker.com. I definitely want to put it out there and let you guys know that you need to download the Spreaker app ASAP. And one thing that I'm excited about is my new Live with LOAHMMI hotline. You can give me a call and join in with me in my discussion about all of the various topics that I'm going to talk about today. So give me a call. Hit me up at 765-444-3254. You know I had to get them triple fours in there. And I just definitely want to first, hold on, let me let my peeps on Facebook know that they can, hit me up, 765. Write it down if you need to write it down, 444-3254. Now, I'm going to have this number up and available, and every time I do a show, this number will be definitely there for you guys to give me a call. You can talk to me. We can chat. We can build. I put you on speakerphone, on speakerphone, but we are on the Spreaker app. But anyhow, I put you on speakerphone, and we can go ahead and chat. Y'all can build with me. And we can talk a little bit about what's going on. That's if you want to. If not, it's cool. I ain't tripping. But, definitely give me a call. Like I said, the number here is 765-444-3254. Let me just double check and let me make sure I'm correct. But anyhow, so give me a call if you'd like to join in and conversate with me here on the Spreaker app. So look, this is the thing. I got so much stuff. It's been a couple days since I've done a show. It's been a while. Shout out to everybody that supported me when I just graduated from Ohio Center for Broadcasting. Shout out to all my peeps from OCB. And, I want to encourage everybody to keep doing what they're doing and perfecting their crafts and, doing what it is that they love to do. You know me, I love to talk. I like to talk spirituality. If you are just listening to this episode of Live with LOAHMMI and you've never listened before, know that this is a show where I like to discuss spirituality topics, metaphysics, occult magic, anything that has to do with tapping into your personal power. Today has been like off the hook for me as far as like when I do this show, I'm done with the internet for the day. I've had like a lot of crazy things just pop off just in the world. You know what I mean? You know me, I'm spiritually conscious and I'm out here watching the things that's going on today. And I've just been a little bit taken back. It's so much energy. I know a lot of people really did a lot of research and felt as though the month of September was going to be a very, very enlightening month for people that are awakening to spiritual consciousness. So it has been a lot of energy floating around in the world today. And I really honestly forgot that this was a day that a lot of people prophesied to have some sort of apocalypse happen. People are really expecting for this day to be something, off the hook. I don't know if they think a meteor is going to hit the planet. They think, people got 1,001. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm not knocking nobody. I'm like the biggest conspiracy head that I know. But I know that a lot of people are looking for some things to happen today, and I don't know if they're going to happen the way that people think. Some people are looking for this huge catastrophe, and honestly, I don't think that's what's happening. I do see a lot, though. If you're in the United States, y'all know everybody here is talking about the Pope. The Pope arrived. He is here. He done met with President Obizi. And the fact that the Pope and Obizi is sitting in the office today on the day of the equinox, on the day that is predicted to have some spiritual craziness happen, on the day of Mabon, on the day of the last day of atonement for the Jewish culture. It's so much happening today. So what does all this mean? What does it mean? And you know what? My answer is I don't know. That's why I'm on this show. I'm definitely sitting here trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together myself. I'm really like, that's very interesting. And the one thing that you know about this society and you know about our government, if you're a conspiracy person like myself, that you know that there is nothing done by mistake. You know, there's so much they live in a world full of symbolism. So everything is about recognizing the symbols that are being put in front of you today. And I hope that, you know, y'all got y'all third eye open and are out here watching. You know, the thing about being a conspiracy theorist is people always think you bugging out. They think you freaking out. They think you scared of this and scared. It ain't so much about being scared. It's about being aware and having, you know, being able to see through the bullshit that, you know, that's going on. Now, if y'all ain't know that about me, and maybe you surprised, most of my episodes have been about spiritual things. I haven't really touched on too many different conspiracy theorists, you know, conspiracy theories, but I'm a big conspiracy person. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to touch on that topic. Like, what is it that you think is happening? I mean, I know some people, everybody's, you know, you got the Christians and the Catholics together right now. I know people have been talking about how they're combining church and state. Is that even something that we're supposed to be able to do? You know what I mean? I think they're all working together. You ask me, I don't trust none of them. The Pope, OBZ, I don't give a fuck. I don't trust none of them. You feel what I'm saying? So I really don't know. Give me a call at 765-444-3254 if you want to get in on a conversation with me, because I'm just really trying to understand what's going on. When I woke up today and just, you know, I forgot. I wasn't really like keeping tabs on when the Pope was going to get here. But when I sat and saw the Pope arrive and everybody waiting for him to come out, and then, you know, the ceremony they did with the choir. Man, you know, I spent most of my morning really trying to look up information on the show. I'm going to talk about a couple different things on the show, but this, I wasn't even planning on talking about this. My show was just about to be about quantum jumping by itself. But when I saw all this shit today, I'm like, yo, what? Come on, y'all. Come on. All these people lining up, giving their babies to the Pope, having the Pope kiss their babies and feeling like they want to make, you know, oh my God, I'm so thankful that, you know what? And I know a lot of people that may be offended by what my point of view is here on this show. And I completely understand that. But at the same time, I really don't give a fuck, because this is my show and this is where I express how I feel. So if you're a Catholic and you love the Pope and you've been looking up to the church and you go to mass and you confess your sins, that's all well and dandy, but this is my show. This is Live with LOAHMMI, and this is where I get to express myself. And I honestly feel like this is some bullshit. You know, with all the pedophilia going on in the Catholic Church, these people raising up their babies and he kissing all on it, I don't think it's cool. I'm not feeling it. I think there's some definitely some underlying shit going on when you look at what's going on. And if you're spiritually conscious like me, which a lot of my friends are, shout out to all my homies out there that are open, that are awakened. You see through this bullshit. It's there's something else. I mean, there's a lot of magic happening in DC today. That's how I feel. A lot of energy out there. You know, you got the Pope up in there. He probably in the White House shape-shifting. They're going to do some crazy ritual tonight. Who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to be adults. You read, research, get your knowledge up. And, you know, and like I said, I don't know what it all means together. It's a lot. You got an equinox, you got Mabon, you got the last day of atonement, you got the Pope here with Obama. You got this whole big, huge conspiracy that something crazy is going to happen on September the 23rd. What do you think? How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? If you are listening, give me a call, because, and I'm typing, I'm not sure if you can hear it, because I still want people to, know that they can call the Live with LOAHMMI hotline and hone in and let me know what it is you think and how you feel about this situation and what's going on. If you're a big conspiracy head like me, then you got to be looking at this stuff like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo, what is that? And a part of me tried not to watch it. I didn't even want to look at it. I didn't even want to see it because I felt like it's probably some programming involved. I don't even want to know. You know what I'm saying? They had them, floating through the streets. They had the Pope reaching out to people. I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to look. I was scared somebody was going to shoot the Pope. You know what I mean? I'm serious. People out here are crazy. And not only that, they've been doing shit like that on live TV. It's all about programming. You know what I'm saying? It's all about getting people to come together and really fall into the bigger agenda, that the government has planned for us. So, that's just what I think. If you agree or disagree, let me know. You can always chat with me here if you got the Spreaker app. If you don't want to call in, You can chat with me. I'm going to go ahead and send a quick hello out there to all my peeps in Spreaker land and my people on Facebook and Twitter that might be listening. Let me know what it is you think. I think it's definitely a lot going on today. Some ritualistic activities. That's why it's so important for people to try to tap into their own personal power and personal magic. That's why I always talk about protecting yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, and just being aware socially and being conscious of the things and the activities that are going on around you in this environment, because we're in a physical world, but this is spiritual too. You know what I mean? We're all evolving in our consciousness. And I know that people were saying that the month of September is going to be a month where people are like really evolving, and some crazy downloads, all kinds of, stuff is happening. I know my dream life has been really interesting. I've been like really focusing on, trying to get messages through my dreams. And I've been really telling myself before I go to bed, like, send me messages, send me, with my music, words, content, ideas, just upgrades, all of that kind of stuff. And when I'm dreaming, I know for a fact that, a lot of things are occurring. My dreams activity for the past 2 nights has been really, really heavy. But a lot of the stuff, like, I'll remember when I wake up, but I don't remember in detail. It hasn't been so much lucid dreaming. I think I've been getting information that'll come out for me eventually, whether it's an idea for a show, an idea for a song, things like that. So, pardon me, I needed to take a sip of some water. It is a lot that's going on in the month of September. The other thing that, I wanted to talk about evolving consciousness on this show was quantum jumping. Now, I heard about quantum jumping about, a couple of years ago. I really didn't pay it no mind. I see a lot of advertisements about it. I think I might have watched a quick video on it. I know that me and a couple of classmates about a month ago, we were talking about a whole bunch of different spiritual stuff that day. And we ended up talking about quantum jumping. And once I started to read up and like really, really get the gist of what, this science was about, it really like, it hit, I can't even talk. I was definitely interested is what I'm trying to say. For me, for somebody that loves meditation, I like, different types of meditations. I like getting different ideas. And for me to stumble upon this concept, it was like, okay, this is dope. And I just kind of did a little bit of reading and some research. I still haven't really done a lot of research, which is why I'm bringing this topic to you guys out there in internets and on the internets. What if you have some like experience with quantum jumping, or you've been reading on it, you got some knowledge on it, hit me up. Like I said, the Live with LOAHMMI hotline is open. You can call me at 765-444-3254 and get in on a conversation. And but anyway, so quantum jumping is basically a multimedia coaching program that combines deep meditation with advanced visualization techniques. Now, the thing is, the whole theory is that basically it helps you tap into your subconsciousness and learn from different alternative selves. So this is basically what the whole theory is. The theory is that, there is you. Here I stand. LOAHMMI is here today, okay? And let's say, like, what I've been using for myself as a mental example was, decisions that I made back in the past, like even, some decisions I made regarding my music, regarding, some things that I wanted to do in my life. And, so I made a decision, I made a decision to leave California and come back to Cincinnati. But according to the theory of quantum jumping, there's a version of me out there in the universe, in a parallel universe, that decided to stay in California. And that version of myself that decided to stay in California is still living out that life and the choices that I made when I decided to stay. You feel what I'm saying? It's basically, hold on, let me read the definition. Like I said, this is the definition that I have on what quantum jumping is by definition. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. What is happening to my computer? Anyhow, like I just said, it's basically using advanced visualization techniques along with other guided meditations and allowing for you to, it's the multimedia coaching program, which combines deep guided meditation, advanced visualization techniques, among other science and spirituality practices, which help the user tap into their subconscious and supposedly learn from their alternative selves. So when I read